Hey, how's it going? Dave Davidson from Revocation here. I'm back at the Guitar World Studios. Today we're going to talk about utilizing jazz voicings in metal. Jazz voicings are a great way to sort of spice up your playing and bring in some different sounds that aren't typically associated with the genre. So let's take a look. This riff comes from a song called Communion, and it's a really fast one. It's at 240. The first chord here is just a regular old E minor triad. The second chord, however, is an F7 flat 9, so you'll find this voicing typically used in jazz, like it might be moving to like a minor 7 chord or something like that. Here, however, I'm moving it to a B flat major 7 chord, and then it goes back to an A minor triad. So we have E minor, F7 flat 9, here's the flat 9, B flat major 7, and then A minor. Now the cool thing about this is the melody note, the top note of the chord, is moving down chromatically in half steps. And that's a common thing that you'll see in jazz, where you're basically doing voice leading, trying to move chords with the smallest amount of motion possible. So that's how that melody note's moving down. The first ending is essentially just kind of going up like an A minor sound with a little bit of a Dorian twist in there as well, and then going to the flat 5. And that brings me back to E minor triad, back to F7 flat 9, and now we go to B7 flat 13 or sharp 5, however you want to think about it, basically a B7 altered chord. And then the fill here, I'm doing a diminished little arpeggio here, so it goes up. It's a regular kind of B7 in the third, and then down that diminished sound. So the second end, the very last ending, I go down one more to the B flat 7, but it's not B flat major 7 anymore. I do another, basically a parallel for the sound where I'm just shifting, taking this shape, and moving a constant structure down a half step. So now I have B flat 7 altered. So those are the chords that go along with that riff. So I just wanted to talk about these single note lines a little bit more. Both of them basically are making reference to a 5-to-1 resolution that is very common in jazz. So if we just dissect it a little bit further, even though A is in the bass there, you can almost think of that as the flat 7 of the 5 chord. And then it resolves nicely back to the E. And then of course here, doing that low B. So it's a very classic 5-to-1 resolution sound. So the next riff comes from a song called Profanum Vulgus. The tempo marking is 134, and it's in 3/4 time. So the first chord, taking a power chord and then adding the 9th on top, and then that goes up to the minor third, so it's sort of just resolving to another E minor triad. Then the bass motion goes to an F here, and I'm playing F major 7 in second inversion. So here's the 5th, the root, the third, and the seventh. So common voicing found in jazz. Then I move this down, basically like a 6-9 chord, so F6-9, and this voicing is all in fourths, so a fourth voicing. Next chord is D minor 7. Some of you might be familiar with this shape. It's a typical D minor 7, root position chord. But I'm throwing tension 13 on top, which makes it sound, give it like a Dorian sort of flavor. And then that whole thing repeats, but it goes down here. So this voicing, D minor 7, 13, goes to B flat minor 7, 13. So another constant structure, and that's a move that you sometimes find in jazz. So another cool thing about this riff is it's a little bit rhythmically ambiguous. It's in 3/4 time, and I'm feeling it as eighth note triplets, but so that right there, the first chord I'm playing is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 plus 5 equals 9. 9 is divisible by 3. So I'm sort of playing with the rhythm to make it not feel so straight ahead, and there's like a little bit of a push-pull there. It's not straight all the way through. So playing around with those rhythms is a fun thing that I like to do to just kind of throw the listener for a little bit of a loop sometimes. Once you start to explore these different harmonies, you start to realize that the possibilities are really endless. So I hope you guys have fun with this stuff.